Well. Stayed the night at the ex's house, brought her back here. She's staying the night here as well, day 2. 2 days together, and what we're doing specifically is I'm trying to be this new way. So understanding that a woman has feelings and she likes to talk about her feelings and feel received. As a man, when we hear somebody say a problem, I always want to try and fix it. So previously, what I would do is, if she says, oh, I have such a tiring day, I'm just so tired, I'd be like, right, have you had enough water today? Maybe if you drink some more water and have a bit of potassium, that could pep up your step. What about your vitamin B levels? Let me check that. And I'd be deep diving somewhere to try and help her. Because as a male, I'm like, look, you have a problem going on. Let's fix it. And what that would leave her is that would leave her or my partner feeling unheard. And in this book that I've kept reading, which is Man, Mars, Venus, Women, that book, I realized right, so what I'm experiencing there is in that it's not, she as a woman needs to talk about her feelings and talk about everything that's going on and feel fully received, and then her emotion automatically goes down. She doesn't need a solution. For her, solutions are easy. She'll just be like, right, and then she'll go and solve it on her own. What she's communicating is here's what I'm feeling. I want you to feel what I'm feeling so we feel connected. The cool thing is I didn't have an issue with being connected before. I didn't have an issue. I'd be connected. I'd be connected with them. No issues. But I'd connect and then I'd instantly go to the next step to fix it. I'd be like, yeah, totally get it. That's really painful. Here's a solution. Let's go. Plus, because I'm leading a big life, I have employees, businesses, lots of things I have to get to, I actually don't have time to sit in problems, if that makes sense. And I'm struggling with that because, cool, so I've got this, it's opened up. I can make her feel really good. She feels really connected. We feel love and she really loves me, and the connection that we're experiencing is something that I've never experienced before in any relationships, because I've changed the way how I even communicate with a woman to their needs. On her side, because obviously she's been completely, off the planet and completely disconnecting and festivals and narcotics and etc., she's only now plugging back in, but she has not given me the man side yet. She doesn't know how the man side works. And the man side is, look, our egos are fragile, that we're logical, but we want to feel valuable. So when we do give a logical response, we want to feel really appreciated. Be like, thank you so much, babe, for helping me not feel tired. The potassium really helped, or the water helped. And then we're like, yay, I'm important. Because if I don't feel important in my relationship, it's, man, I'm sorry, have a look at this rain. Whoa. I don't know if you can see that, but that is raining. And it's just so in my space. Anyway, I need to walk to the gym. I don't need a shower at the same time. So that's where we're at. And I don't know, because we're still separating and we're not going to talk, I'm going to allow the feelings come up as they come up. But really, I'm still focused on my own stuff. Rig is going to get done. Money, huge increase in business, and my social media. So as long as I keep focusing on my stuff and then check in with how I feel for the first time that I'm entering a place where I can have certain boundaries around the stuff that I'm doing. If I'm doing fitness, I don't have to have you doing fitness. But if you're not doing fitness, I might not be interested in having you in my space. And I can be honest about that. I'm like, oh, look, the eating McDonald's and ice creams all the time is just not my vibe. And I don't really want to be around it. That's just my personal preference. No offense to you. That's real. You can't argue with that. That's how I feel. You can't be like, no, don't feel that. I'm like, I feel that. So if I feel that, cool. I'll just continue to feel that. And that's okay. I can't tell you how much of a freedom that is, because beforehand I would be like, we need to be as partners aligned perfectly. Or if there's something I don't like, well, it won't work unless this is aligned. So instead, I have to tell the person like, hey, it won't work if we're not aligned, which puts the person in an uncomfortable position. They have to be like, okay, well, maybe I should become aligned because I don't want to leave this person. Or, nah, screw it, I won't be aligned, and then they feel a disconnection. So it's so bittersweet that it's right at the end, and when the relationship ended is when we're going through all this and experiencing it. And it's good, and it feels like when we're on the right timeline together that it could work, and it looks like it will work, but I also don't know the future, and I have to be like, look, I don't know what the future holds. I know how I feel now. I'll know how I feel in a month. I'll know how I feel in 2 months. I know how I feel in 3 months, and that's all I can do. I was speaking to my grandpa yesterday, and I was explaining my YouTube journey, just like I told you, explaining that what I really want to do is empower people. I want to share myself and empower people to show that you can do anything, and that it's messy, and that it's tough, and that you feel stuff, and that it's like, it's not great. It's not like, there are times where it's really shit and you don't want to get out of bed and all of that, and empower people. And I was telling him about it, and he goes, yeah, and he goes, and what do you get out of it? And it was interesting that people are always doing things to be like, I'm going to do that, but I need to make sure that I get something out of it. Not realizing that once your bare necessities are covered, your housing, your security, your confidence, your self-control, all of your stuff, there's no reason for me to buy shit. There's no reason for me to buy a Rolex or buy cars and buy more money. And it doesn't make me happy as much as it makes me happy to be for other people. Because if it's just me winning, that's so lonely. Oh my gosh, that is so lonely. But if every time I win or I break down and I can share that and lift other people with me, then as we're all going up, I'll look around and I'll be like, hey, I'm winning. And then I'm like, oh my God, everyone else is winning. Yay, we're all winning our own way. You're winning that way, you're winning that way, you're winning that way, I'm winning that way. And we're all winning, and we've all like achieved our own spiritual alignment of like, hey, here's what I felt like my energy and my body needed and all my life needed, and now I'm doing that. And I got the confidence because you were doing that for you. I did that in my side. So that's what we want. And it was funny that was being missed. So the only thing that I can say, and he was like, okay, so like, what is it going to be in 2-3 years? And I go, I don't know what my YouTube channel is going to be. What my YouTube channel is going to be me every day. And he's like, well, what do you talk about? And I go, well, I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Because tomorrow I wake up as a new version of Andrew, and tomorrow I wake up another new version of Andrew, and I have different thoughts, different feelings, and I will be that. And it's interesting to concrete that for myself. What do I want to be? I want to be me. Anything outside of that is trying to do content for viral, it's trying to connect, it's trying to put myself up on a higher pedestal than I am. It's to put myself, it's like, oh, I don't want to tell people that I fell off my diet. You know, I've been perfect for the last 8 years, but now I've fallen off and I'm in my worst shape ever. That's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable if you have a book on it. That's uncomfortable if you really thought you had a really good control on it and you've just never experienced such a hardship in your life. And I was like, but that's me. If I don't give people me, they're not going to have the accurate blueprint of what it looks like. For example, if I'm like, look at how awesome I am, and then you go, oh my God, I can be awesome, and you start climbing, but then you fall off your diet, but I didn't share that I fell off my diet because I was going through a really rough time. So you will think that it's your failure and that you can't reach my level because I haven't shared the real breakdown. So what I'm realizing is I've just got to be even more me, more downsides, more like, here I am. And yeah, I'm obviously going through a big like rigmarole right now with the relationship. Like, my heart is up and down. It's not going to work right now. And that is what I can see that's honest to me. Right now, it does not work. It doesn't align with what my values and core identity is. It does not. And because it doesn't do that, it means that I shouldn't have it in my life. And I can love the person deeply, and I can also want to be with that person deeply and see that there are areas which the person is addressing that will bring our timelines and our vibes much closer and in alignment. But however, until that's present, I cannot cross my own boundaries. And I cannot say that just because I love you and whatever it is, it's fine. I will lead a little bit worse of a quality of life, and I will let your mismatch of vibe impact my mismatch of vibe. And I just want certain alignment on certain things, and that's just the reality. So, that's what I feel. Also wanted to mention, it's interesting. So yesterday I went to where she's staying. It's an hour drive, it's on the Gold Coast, it's on the coast of Australia. And I was staying there, and my diet's still in check, my exercise still in check, but beforehand I'm here, I'm sort of in routine, and then I'm out of routine, and I noticed that hunger went up a little bit. Stresses went up. So new environment that my body is not used to, new movement, new kind of ways of movement, and my body doesn't know how to adjust immediately to that level of hunger. So it's interesting that the hunger went up, things went up, stress went up. I just breathed and let it be. I was like, okay, cool, interesting. And I just breathed in and let it be. So it was just interesting to see that when you're attacking something of a high stress, it is good to have a relatively simple life about it. I've got my YouTube video in the morning, I've got my gym, then I work on my main business, and then in the evenings I can work on social media, and I'm gonna carve out Sundays to work an entire day on social media. So I'll still YouTube video, gym, and then entire day social media. Simple life. I know where my gym is, I know what I eat, I know what I don't eat. I know that sometimes I can eat a little bit more, sometimes I can eat a bit less, sometimes I can move a little bit more, sometimes I can move a bit less, because I've got to manage my cortisol. So if my body gets too stressed, down the movement a little bit, just a little bit, until that stress goes down. If I get more stressed, it doesn't mean cut more calories. It's like, whoa, maybe increase the calories a little bit, slow down, breathe, until you can slow down. So what I'm learning for myself is, like, instead of having these magic, huge peaks and then falls, if I can manage the peak to be like, it's going well, stress is going up, not more, just stress is going up, lower it down, okay, good. And that means the low doesn't go as low. All going a bit low, just pick it a little bit up, and I'm learning how can I enter neutrality. I can still bring excitement when I need it, but don't burn the candle all the way to the end. Burn the candle a little bit and then put it out. Like imagining that I've got a finite amount of energy, and the energy that I use, I need to choose where do I put the energy in or where do I not put the energy in, otherwise I'm fully drained. This takes energy. To be fully myself, to be fully you, it's like, here I am. This takes energy. This is part of my priorities, good. If something else requires my energy, that's not a part of my priority. I could help there, but that is gonna take some energy, and if I do that energy, it's not gonna make me feel good because I could have used that energy on something that was more important for me. And that's kind of where I sit. Anyway, I hope you got value out of today. Today I'm in a very serious mode. I'm in a very you know what? These are key things that are different because I'm in the mix of it. I'm with my ex right now. She's gonna leave. She's leaving the country, so we're not gonna see each other potentially for a long time. Like a year, 2 years, don't know. So right now I'm in the cool, what is, what isn't, and I'm really just addressing okay, that's cool, that's not cool, and just accept what is and what isn't, and just be with that. So I have to process data right now. I'm just taking everything in. I'm taking out how we communicate together, how we fuck together, how we connect together, how we laugh together, how do we bring up different beliefs. We've covered she has one belief, I have a different belief. How can we make that still coexist? And we're making huge strides in the relationship, and it's good because it shows us, oh, okay, well, this does work together. There's just things that might be missing, but I'm in a good place. But I'm giving it the moment that it deserves the relationship, and then once it's done, it's done. Anyway, love you very much. Hopefully, wherever the fuck you are, have a great day. Really have a great day. Whatever it is, choose what's important to you about that day and how you're gonna be, and be that person. I write in that diary. I'm like, here's what I'm going to be. Here's who I am. I motivate myself. And then I be that for the rest of the day. It sounds childish, right? Oh, just write down how you're going to be that way. Do it. Do it. Write down how you're going to be that way. Write down for yourself, here is how I'm going to be that way. And then you'll be that way. Guys, I love you very, very much. And you can do anything in the world. Anything. Absolutely anything, no matter where you came from, no matter what you've got. If you have an internet connection and you are seeing this video, that means you already have everything necessary to accomplish anything that you want ever in your life. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever let yourself believe otherwise. Peace.